What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to From the Top Rope with Andrew Crawford. I'm your boy Andrew Crawford, not the GOAT, but I look like a GOAT. Close enough, am I right? I think I'm right. And today on the channel, second upload of the day, so I'm wearing the same outfit. Sue me. I will be talking about what's behind me. Professional Wrestling Championships. And I like professional wrestling championships. A scripted sport, people question the validation of the accolades. But being given a championship in pro wrestling can also mean that your career is somewhat validated. Unless it's the 24/7 championship, because R-Truth won that thing like 50 times. But I digress. Championships are beautiful, should be beautiful, because they represent the culmination of feuds, of career journeys, and so much more. And today, I'm going to talk about my 10 favorites. Buckle up, I've got some hot takes. And by hot takes, I mean, this is my opinion. If you don't like my opinion, shut up. It's not your opinion. It's not hurting you if I have a different opinion. Let's get into it. Spoiler alert, all the belts you see behind me, can you see them? Can you see them? Okay. You saw all 4 of them. But wait, weren't there 5? There were. But the number 10 entry, White Strap Intercontinental Championship. This title has been held by a lot of really cool wrestlers. And so it gives me really good memories. And I like good memories. It makes me forget that my life is falling apart at the seams. That was not, sorry to trauma dump. Shawn Michaels has held it, Nick Nemeth, aka Dolph Ziggler, Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, aka Jon Moxley, Kofi Kingston, Cody Rhodes, bringing it back in 2011. Can we get a thank you for Cody Rhodes? Thank you, Cody Rhodes. I already said Kofi Kingston, but I love Kofi Kingston, so Kofi Kingston. And all 8 of the Miz's Intercontinental Championship reigns came from this very title. Or this very design. Other than, like, maybe this logo was different and it was the more modern logo. But, beautiful belt. I love this belt. I would fight for this belt. And one day I will. I tried to wink and I failed. I'm sorry. Number 9. And this is a belt that's been held by TNA legends galore. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Suicide. Yes, there was a wrestler named Suicide, currently held by Leon Slater. Not this exact version, but the TNA X Division Championship. This specific one is my favorite. I like the current and I like the one before this, but this one is special because this represents TNA at the closest it has ever been to the WWE in terms of quality. I think Chris Sabin also won this version. It's simple, it's clean, it is very dangerous because there's some sharp little corners here, but this is not a official like website replica. This was one I purchased off eBay, and the dude that made it, really good quality. Very happy with it. But again, the closest in quality that TNA has ever been to WWE, that was the design of the X Division title. Oh yeah, Kurt Angle held that specific version too. Yes, Kurt Angle, only this was when Kurt Angle was Perk Angle, and he was on some drugs, he was on some stuff, but he was still killing the game. Number 8, I do not have a replica of yet, but I have elected to pick the classic WWE title, the big Attitude Era one, the Big Eagle is what it's called. It looks really good on a lot of different wrestlers, and it makes me think of a lot of different wrestlers, which is something that very few titles actually have that power of. But it makes me think of Rock, Austin, Triple H, Mick Foley. So 3 legends that I absolutely adore to some capacity. Especially Stone Cold as compared to the other 2, but that's aside from the point. I love that belt. It is the symbol of one of, if not WWE's best eras. If it's not the best, it's number 2 behind Ruthless Aggression. And the current era we're in is actually currently trailing it. I think this era has been great, but I digress. The Big Eagle's beautiful. It's simple, elegant, and honestly just makes you think, man, wrestling belts are cool. Number 7, I also don't have it. I know I don't have the best belt collection, but I'm trying. The TNA World Championship Jeff Hardy version. The custom purple title. It was ugly on everyone else, but on Jeff Hardy, it looked awesome. And as you all know, Jeff Hardy is my second favorite professional wrestler of all time. And I will never not love Jeff Hardy. And if someone tried to tell me to not love Jeff Hardy, I would tell them they are not allowed to love me because I love Jeff Hardy. And yes, he's had some problems, but he's amazing. This was the title gifted him by Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff off of his heel turn. And I know I said the TNA World title. I'm sorry if you started thinking about WCW when I said Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan, but yes, that was a real storyline, and it was a weird one at that. But Jeff Hardy is one of my all-time favorites. He has a troubled past. He's messed up, but he has atoned for his mistakes, and that is one of the things that makes me love him. And because I've never not been a Jeff Hardy fan, I will never not love that title. And yes, I said it, Jeff Hardy's TNA World title is a beautiful title. Bite me if you disagree. Number 6, this specific version of the NXT title. The 2.0 version, where all this silver and stuff was kind of more colorful, it was like blue, pink, green. That was fine too, but this version has been held by Adam Cole, Robert Roode, Bobby Roode, Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. It kind of helped revitalize the career of one Finn Balor when he went back down to NXT not long after his return from his shoulder injury. And just genuinely, it's a nice belt. I love looking at this belt. I will get bored and I will just watch matches for this specific version of the title. That's not even a lie. Like, I will randomly just, like, start watching matches for belts I liked and be like, oh, it looked good on that wrestler. It was nice. But especially this one. Because this era of NXT was also some of the best bell-to-bell professional wrestling I have ever watched. Like I said, I'll never not love that title. It's an amazing title. It is got an amazing lineage. Even the current NXT, which the NXT title's lineage as a whole is awesome, but this specific version is one of my favorite versions of any championship outside of obviously my top 5. Number 5, the big silver ECW title. I'm sorry to all of you that hate on it. It is a beautiful title. Genuinely, and I think it works for what WWE was going for of... I don't know what they were going for other than, hey, this is not ECW. This is a watered down version. These guys are still really good, but they're not as important as the guys on SmackDown and Raw. And that's literally what it felt like. So instead of a big gold title, they had a big silver title. And it was a beautiful belt, and I love it. And again, the guys that I saw wear it were even cooler. You know, Mark Henry, Matt Hardy, Jack Swagger even looked okay with it. Christian, Tommy Dreamer. I think those are like 4 of the only 5 to hold it. Outside of Ezekiel Jackson, who won it. But then, because it was the last episode of ECW, was Deuces, and it was really funny. I just don't know why not let Christian be the one to die with that title, given that he made it valid. and had some great matches with it. Oh, I love that title. I love that. I love the Silver ECW title. And if you don't, again, bite me. It's a great title. I'm sorry. Number 4, the United States title. Specifically, this one. I'm joking. I just wanted to show my little tiny spinner belt US title that actually spins. I love the US title. It is not actually the spinner belt that I love. It's just the only US title replica I have. My actual preferred version is the classic Ruthless Aggression era with the American flag plastered on it. Genuinely a great title. Again, the legends that have held it's one thing, but then to see, the quality of matches, especially early after its bringing, and then John Cena's open challenge, it's a really nice title. I think it's one of the better titles in as far as mid cards go, but it's not better than this one. Number 3, the big oval Intercontinental Championship that was like from the Attitude Era till Cody Rhodes brought back the white strap in 2011. I love this belt. It is elegant, simple. The wrestlers that have held it are a huge plus. Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Chris Jericho, Triple H, the overrated Rock, The Rock. Great wrestlers have held that title. I already said Triple H. Why was I about to say him again? Ric Flair held it. Edge held it. My GOAT. Christian held it. Trying to think of who else held it. Those are just a few that have held it. It's a really nice title. And like I said, the memories I have of watching wrestlers kill each other over that thing is so much fun. Ooh, Rey Mysterio. And JBL. And CM Punk. Kofi Kingston. Okay, but nice title. I don't have a whole lot to say. If you want to actually pay attention to the details, you might want to pause it on like the picture shown before the entry, and then just be like, I would love to hear his reasoning for this. But it's all the same thing. I personally like it. It gives me good memories, and it makes me think of the wrestlers that have held it, who I also probably really like. But on to the next one. Number 2, this one's heavy. The spinner belt. Yes, this replica spins. That has also been signed by a lot of different wrestlers. I know Mick Foley, Jeff Hardy, Jake the Snake, and Sergeant Slaughter. Oh, and Tommy Dreamer. I met Tommy Dreamer at the Rumble last year, and I was like, you know what? I don't get to meet this. This one's a pretty cool one. So I had Tommy Dreamer sign it. He was really nice. But yeah, I love the spinner belt. It's beautiful. It is my childhood. It is my favorite era of wrestling. I think of a guy like CM Punk, who held it for 434 days, had an amazing reign with it. John Cena, who brought it into the company. The Rock. Edge winning his first world title. He won the spinner belt. The Miz, his cash-in was awesome. Randy Orton, Triple H, Batista had it at one point. Jeff Hardy's first world title was the spinner. And it just means a lot to me because of its legacy and the wrestlers that have held it, but also just it is a staple of my childhood. And I remember thinking it was so cool, and I had multiple different versions of the spinner belt when I was a kid. I had one that, like, you hit the nameplate and it was a button and it would just play a Superstars Titantron. One of them was CM Punk's, Hornswoggle's, Batista's, John Cena's, Rey Mysterio's. It was really weird, but I loved it. And then I had one that you just spun it and it played the music of, like, whoever's. I can't remember who all's music was on it. But then I had, like, the toy, and now I have, like, the actual spinner replica, and it's a title that I love, and it is a title I will never not love. And number one, Big Gold. Now this is the WCW exclusive version because it doesn't have the WWE logo at the top like when it was in WWE. But even aside from it not having that logo, WCW, WWE, it doesn't matter. It's one of the most beautiful belts of all time. And the guys I think of with it, Triple H and his reign of terror, Batista, Chris Benoit, Edge, Jeff Hardy, long-haired CM Punk specifically because that's the only version that won it, Chris Jericho, The Undertaker with Big Gold was something special. There are so many wrestlers that have held this beautiful, giant piece of gold. I think Dusty Rhodes actually had this too at one point, which is really sick because I love Dusty Rhodes. And genuinely, I just love this title. Seriously, look at me with it. I look like $1,000,000. And that's weird because without this, I look like about $10. So this adds about $999,990 to my worth. I'm joking. Just a little jab at my own self-confidence. Oh well. No, I love that belt. It is priceless to me. I have great memories with it. The summer of '09, watching Edge and Jeff Hardy battle for it, and then Punk cash in Money in the Bank, and him and Jeff fight for it, was really awesome. Undertaker and Edge at Mania. Batista looked incredible with it. It just suited him so much. Edge is obviously my favorite wrestler. Like, I have zero reason to not love this belt. It is called Big Gold for an obvious reason, but the rubies, the little diamonds in the crown, they make it all just come together so seamlessly. But, of course, it's called Big Gold because the majority of the thing, gold. Like, look at it. And again, Chris Benoit winning it. Chris Benoit is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I do not care. I'll die on it. Chris Benoit's one of my favorites ever. So watching him win this at WrestleMania 20, and then him and Eddie Guerrero embrace in the ring, will always be a special moment to me because that was on the first first wrestling show I ever watched. So I've got a lot of love for it. But Big Gold is number one. If you know me, you knew it was going to be probably that. And that's the video. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Tell me about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm Andrew Crawford, and unlike John Cena, I can see you, and I will see you very soon.